Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I have a new series that I'm doing on the channel. I basically figured that the monthly updates that I was doing at the beginning of every month wasn't quite enough. I feel like I could be doing more regular uploads every Sunday with a sort of recap of how my week has gone. And it then allows me to change things up before I get to the end of the month if things haven't been going as well. So thank you to Maria for the title. She kindly suggested it, so I've gone with Pits and Peaks of the Week, and I'll do an update every week going through my pits and peaks of the week, basically what I struggled with and what went really well this week. That's what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, that is the basis for the video. Before I get into my pits and peaks for the week, I just want to say a very big thank you to everyone that left comments and reached out to me personally following my video last week. I was very upset in that video, I was feeling very down. I am a lot better this week, and I've had one of the best weeks in probably a very long time. Part of that is down to Maria. I connected with her just before the beginning of August, and we have sort of been keeping accountable with each other, and she's like my fitness and accountability buddy, so I wouldn't have been on track as much as I had if it wasn't for sort of staying accountable to her. We've been sort of Instagram messaging and things like that, so yeah, thank you very much to Maria. She also has a YouTube channel, a weight loss YouTube channel, so her YouTube channel name is Weightloss Panda, and I will leave her channel name and her Instagram because she has the most delicious looking food on her Instagram. She's definitely worth a follow, so I'll leave her links down below. But thank you very much, Maria. I don't think I could have done as well this week if it wasn't for you, so thank you very much. Yeah, just a big thank you to everyone else that sort of reached out with tips and things like that on my comments from my last video. I have taken on board some of those comments and changed things up this week, and it's actually been going really well. So yeah, we'll sort of get into my pits and peaks of the week and we'll go through how things have gone. So I guess we'll start on the low side of things and then I'll jump over to the high to sort of end on a high. I am reading from notes just because I wanted to make sure that I included everything for pits and peaks of the week. So yeah, so for pits this week, in general it's just sort of trying to be in the right mindset this week and not sort of over worrying about food and calories too much, but also trying to bear in mind that I need to be in control. One of the pits this week was towards the end of the week. I got finished work on Friday. I had all my meals planned out in the NutriCheck app, and Philip decided he wanted takeaway, which obviously when I usually have takeaway, I don't really sort of think about what I'm going to have. I just choose whatever I want and I don't really care about calories. And the fact that I'd been on track all week and then I was not even 5 days in and I felt like I was going to lose control, just kind of made me spiral a bit. Maria completely talked me down from that and sort of just said, either, you know, cook something for yourself that's not a takeaway or pick something that's a healthier option, and that's what I went with. We originally decided on McDonald's, which I don't really think is a takeaway, but never mind. So I'd sort of gone on the website, picked everything that I wanted that was within my calories, and was pretty pleased with myself until he changed his mind and decided he didn't want my McDonald's anymore and he wanted something else. So I'd then sort of gone, oh what do I do? And if I think back to how I would have been last week, I would have just said, oh well, I'll just pick whatever and not really care about calories. But I really wanted to stick with this for at least a week, so I picked something from the takeaway place that he did end up deciding on and picked something healthier and fit within my calories, and all was good. So that was my first sort of pit of the week. The second pit has been a upcoming off-track day. I'm not sure how off-track I'm going to be, but it is Philip's birthday tomorrow and we are going to a Turkish restaurant, and I've got that sort of niggling feeling in the back of my mind that I'm going to be off track, and I don't want to have that spiral out of control, so that's been a sort of pit for this week. I have banked some calories, I'll talk about that for my peaks later, but that has been a worry this week, just being off track and worrying whether I'm going to be able to get back on track or not. Based on the last week, I would say I'm probably going to be okay, but it is just a worry. And the next one is that I've got to resist all of the snacks that Philip has bought this week. I usually go shopping on my own, and Philip has this weekend off from work, and he's bought quite a lot of snacks, and I'm going to have to be mindful of not picking at those, because usually when they're in the cupboard and I can see them, I would literally just grab one and have it as a snack and wouldn't really be that mindful of it, so it's something that I'm going to have to pay attention to this week. And then the final one was, we finished shopping and we've decided not to get a birthday cake for Philip this year. We didn't do it for my birthday either, because it just means that we eat an excess of cake that we don't really need. So I took him to Krispy Kreme to get some donuts, and I walked in there and the smell of donuts hit me, and it was usually if I'd go in somewhere like that, I would pick quite a few donuts that I would have over the next couple of days, and obviously I'm trying to be wary of how many calories I'm eating now, so having the willpower to sort of resist buying multiple donuts, I've sort of said, well, it is your birthday, so I'll class it as a slice of cake that I would have had for your birthday. So I've gone for the lowest calorie option on there, which still fits into my calories for today. So yeah, they're basically the pits for this week. Nothing too major, but just stuff that in the first week of me being on track has been things that have worried me, and yeah, that's it. Just it's worry of not being able to get back in control like I haven't been able to do before. Now we'll move on to the peaks. As I mentioned, I've had an incredible week this week actually. I am pretty proud of myself with how things have gone this week. I have stayed on track all week. I've tracked everything that I've eaten in the NutriTrek app basically, and I'll show you a 7-week. I've planned out today's calories. I am missing parts of what we're going to have for dinner, but you'll sort of get the gist. I'm not going to be over my calories. I've entered the majority of it, I've just got to enter the rest. But this is what my NutriCheck looks like. I might actually insert a screenshot because it doesn't look, but basically it's all ticks. Got this little cross here, but that is literally 16 calories over, so I'm not really counting that, but everything else has been under my calories. Monday was under by nearly 500, Tuesday was under by 344, Thursday 307, Friday 225, Saturday 435, and then Sunday I'm probably going to be, sorry it went out of focus then. Sunday is probably going to be bang on calories for this week, so I have stayed on track all week. I'm super proud of how things have been going and how I've been able to exercise restraint and things like that, so that has been going really well. Another peak I mentioned at the beginning of the video, accountability with Maria has been very, very good for me this week. I have found it really important and sort of reassuring to have someone to go to if I'm worried about anything, and to sort of calm me down when I'm freaking out about calorie decisions and things like that, so it's been really good. And we just have a general chit chat, not even fitness related, so it's been really nice to sort of be able to talk to someone else. You obviously have that support of people in your real life, but I feel like when you have someone that's going through the exact same things, I feel like Maria and I are very, very similar with things that we have going on, and it's just been comforting knowing that there's someone else going through the exact same thing. So yeah, that's been really helpful this week. Yeah, a peak for this week, being on track with calories all week. Snacking, I have hardly snacked at all. I think most days I've not had a snack at all, which is far from last week's eating. I would usually have at least one, no, I wouldn't say one, I'd say at least 2 or 3 maybe 4 snacks a day. I would have one between breakfast and lunch, and then between lunch and dinner, and then probably one after dinner. So I would at least probably have 3 snacks. And I've had 0 on most of the days this week. And that is literally just because I've been either busy or just more mindful about what I'm eating and whether I actually need a snack. Most of the time I've not been hungry between meals, which is absolutely flabbergasting actually, that I've not really been that hungry. I would usually have a dessert and things like that after tea, and I haven't been having that either, so it has been going very, very well this week. Obviously I don't weigh myself, so I am literally keeping this until the end of the month to sort of see how things are going. But so far so good, it's in the right track. I have been tracking my progress on a calendar. I know someone mentioned to sort of keep track of the triggers for when I go off track, and I feel like having something on a calendar that I can check off. So I've got my 10k steps on there, my gym on there, whether I've been under my calorie goal, whether I've been for a run, things like that, and I will be able to check off those triggers as well as to when I get them, which I haven't actually had any this week. But yeah, it's all on a calendar. I work in my office most of the day, so I get to see that visually on the wall as well, which is that makes me happy to see everything sort of ticked off, so that's been good. The next one has been being more mindful and trying to control it in advance of things happening. So for example, going on the McDonald's website and tracking out my calories and making sure that they were in my calorie range, looking at menus ahead of time to see what I'm going to have. Just generally being more mindful of the amount of calories that are in certain foods and whether or not I should have them or not. What else is on here? Control, knowing where I am with calories throughout the day, so I tend to now input all my main meals right in the morning before I've eaten anything, so that they're all planned out and I know how much I have with regards to calories for any snacks that I might want to have. That's not been a problem so far. I've sort of banked those calories, so it hasn't been an issue, but I sort of pre-plan my main meals ahead so that I know where I am. And the last one's been having self-restraint in supermarkets and in the Krispy Kreme shop, and just being more mindful. Went to the supermarket, I refused to get a dessert. I did offer Philip to have his, so I had no problem with him having his dessert, but I didn't want one, and that was a conscious decision that I made for myself. Same with the Krispy Kreme shop. I usually would have got whatever the hell I wanted, and I made that conscious decision to still get a treat because I don't want to restrict myself, but at the same time bear it in mind with how many calories I had left over. And the last peak being that I've banked calories for the meal that I'm going to have tomorrow. So the meal should be covered by any of the calories that I didn't eat this week, basically. I think it showed on the screenshot for NutriCheck. It shows the total down the bottom of the amount of calories that you didn't eat or you had banked for this week. So it's coming up as 2,137. If I add in exercise calories, which I don't tend to do anyway, I don't tend to eat back exercise calories, but it's showing the total for that as well being 4,200. So I am more than enough have like banked calories for the meal tomorrow, so I'm not as worried about it. But yeah, that is basically it. That is my peaks and peaks for the week. This week has gone way better than I expected, given the state I was in last Sunday. It's just about carrying this on now. I've done 7 days, need to crack on, get the next 7 days out of the way, and just continue the sort of behaviours that I've done this week, and hopefully at the end of the month I'll have some real progress to show you. I don't see why I wouldn't at this point. So yeah, it's all been going really well. Don't have anything else to sort of say or talk about with regards to pits and peaks, so I'm going to end the video here. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. There's a button down below that you can use to subscribe to the channel, and that I really appreciate. Other than that, I hope you're all having a good weekend, whenever it is that you're watching this, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.